Ceremonies are set for Sunday at noon. The fair runs until the 16th at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds on Infirmary Road in Jefferson Township. Admission is $10 per person. Kids 6 and under get in for free.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast with meteorologist Gauthreaux III.
Did you get my John Denver reference there, Gabby?
I just was busy looking at your boots.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't blame you. There's some pretty nice boots. John Denver, also, a lot of people don't know, he actually went to Texas Tech. I got a little Raider red right here. I keep this on my desk. I'm a red Raider. Plus, I'm an LSU Tiger. I got a bigger Mike the Tiger at my desk, actually. But anyway, looking outside for the forecast, we're going to be pretty nice. I mean, it's a little cloudy now, but we are expecting some of that to clear out. There's still a few showers across the region as well. Temperatures are a little bit cooler already. Now, this time yesterday, we were a bit warmer, but we're already in the 60s, and so actually feels a little nicer outside, but we're still dealing with that same level of humidity across the region. 69 degrees in Dayton, still 71 in Salina, but most of us are in the 60s at this point. It's probably going to drop pretty slowly because we have the cloud cover, not to mention it's humid, so we'll get down into the mid-60s tonight, but it will be cooler moving into tomorrow night, and that's where we're going to have some places in the 50s. One reason it's getting cooler is because generally the winds everywhere across the Miami Valley have now shifted to the northeast, so we're seeing northeasterly winds across the region. Troy about 12 miles per hour, not getting any data in Dayton at the moment, but we're about 10 to 15 miles per hour overall, a little bit weaker up there toward Bell Fountain. But those northeasterly winds are going to help bring at least some cooler air. If they were directly out of the northwest, we'd probably see the humidity drop a little bit more quickly, but overall it is cooling down as we move into the week. And it looks like temperatures will just barely get into the 80s Saturday and Sunday, so that's actually below average for this time of year. Now, you know me, I love my dew points. We're looking at dew points in the mid-60s. That tells us how much moisture is in the air. The relative humidity, it really jumps around. You could have 100% humidity and it's 30 degrees out, and obviously it doesn't feel muggy. It's just foggy. That's all that tells you. The dew point to let you know how much moisture is actually in the air. You can almost think about it. It's not technically accurate, but how much water that the air is holding at the moment. But overall, it is still humid. We will see this drop a little bit, at least down into the 50s, which will allow the temperatures to follow and drop into the 50s as well, because the temperature, it can't go below that dew point. And you can see here in the next 24 hours, temperatures are going to remain in the 60s overnight, just barely getting into the 80s by the afternoon. And then already by 11 tomorrow, 67 degrees for the temperature, slowly dropping, likely getting into the upper 50s across probably several places. Maybe not everywhere, but at least a few places. Clouds and rain at the moment. It's pretty dry. Now, I went out to eat dinner, and on the way back, I saw a little sprinkle in the windshield. I had mentioned earlier in the day that we probably would see a few sprinkles across the evening, but generally looking pretty dry. That's why I said don't cancel plans or anything, especially if you want to go out to the concert or eat dinner or something like that. But you can still see some green here across the Midwest. And so into the overnight hours, expect a few isolated showers, a little few sprinkles, not looking at severe weather. I would doubt if we even have any thunderstorms. You can see heading down towards Cincinnati right now, a little bit of a green dot there, south of Cincinnati into Kentucky and southeastern Indiana. You can see a little shower that way as well. And then the mess that moved through our way earlier is now pushing off toward the Carolinas and eventually into the Atlantic. So we will eventually see some quiet conditions. Might see some intermittent cloudy skies. You can see some of that cloud cover coming in from the west, but the showers out that way, they're fading, but we still, again, might see a few pass through. So Futurecast shows pretty dry conditions overnight. It's trying to spin up a shower in the afternoon, an isolated one. I doubt it. If we do see one, I think it'll likely remain south of the interstate. And then you can see pretty cool, relatively speaking, into the weekend. Back to the upper 80s by Monday. A few pop-up showers Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday. But looking at a pretty quiet forecast overall, not looking at any severe weather, just a few thunderstorms perhaps middle of next week. Okay?
It is summer, Robert. It is. It will soon cost you more to